Alright, hey, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, we want to begin this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. And we want to send double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And we want to say Shalom to all you Akim out there that's teaching and living the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai in truth and in sincerity and all diligence. We at the end keep pushing, brothers, man. This devil's almost up out of his power seat, man, and we about to claim the throne, man. All right. We want to say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Yahweh is who the world calls God. Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. They are the gods of the Bible, the Holy Scriptures. They're the gods of the Israelites. Okay, the Israelites today are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. And those of the confusion of faith as well, who are of Negro, Latino, or Hispanic and Native American descent on your father's side, all right? And in this lesson, pretty much we want to go into how, when you read in the book of Samuel's, all right, King David, there's an account where King David went up against Goliath, all right? Everybody knows about this story about King David and Goliath, okay? And we basically gonna go into this account, all right? Because that whole story of how King David went up against Goliath, all right, can be compared to what we go through nowadays against the enemies that we fight against, man, okay? And how David, all right, didn't trust in his flesh, he didn't trust in his weaponry, all right, but had faith and had trust in the Spirit of the Lord, the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right. He trusted in the Lord first and foremost to defend him, all right, and to fight for him against this great enemy that he was up against, man, all right, against this great champion of the heathen nations, all right. So again, that's basically what we're up against now, man. All right, we as Israelites in this truth, all right, we wholeheartedly have to trust and believe and rely on the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to not only defend us, but fight for us against our enemies, against this great enemy that we're up against now, man. All right, which is this devil, all right, the so-called white man, all right, who is Esau, Edom, man. All right, who's at in the power seat right now, man, ruling over all the world in great in deception in great how would you say just confusing and just also just in great power, man. All right, ruling the heathens and just fucking everybody up, man. All right, yeah. But somebody grab that First Samuel's 17 verse 21. So we basically, this is where we're going to go into the account of David and Goliath. All right, before you read that, I'm going to get this first, man, because like the scriptures say, everything that we read about in the Holy Scriptures are an example for us to learn from today, man. All right, and that's why, again, as much as you can, man, it's important to read, man. All right, because the accounts that are written in the scriptures are examples for us to learn from, and they are faith boosters, man. All right, they basically let us know what we're about to get into in the near future. So this is Romans chapter 15:4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Okay. So things written aforetime were written for our learning so that we can have hope and patience and comfort in the scriptures, man. All right? And basically have an understanding on what we're getting ourselves into in the near future, man. All right, so now you can bring out that First Samuel 17, verse 21. For Israel and the Philistines have put the battle in array, army against army. And David left his carriage in the land of David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage, and ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. And as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion, the Philistine of Gath,
Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and spake according to the same words, and David heard them. And all the men of Israel...
Yeah, so basically you had Goliath, all right, come up against the armies of Israel, talking shit, gloating, all right, challenging us, trying to intimidate us, all right. Go ahead.
And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were sore afraid.
Yeah, so basically you had Israel out there that were not confident in the spirit, man. They were totally in their flesh, man. They were looking at this man like, God damn, this nigga's 13, 14 feet tall, all right? He's probably big and black as shit, all right? And it's going to go into describe his armory that he had and all of that. You know, them Hamites, they were some ugly motherfuckers, so they were very intimidating to Israel, man, all right? And that's why they called Goliath their champion, all right? Because, you know, Goliath, he probably had bodies on him, man, you know? So Israel looked at him, and like you said, they were so afraid. All right, go ahead.
And the men of Israel said, have ye seen this man that is come up?
Like, have you seen this dude? Look at him, you know? There ain't no way that we can possibly come up against this guy, man. He'll wipe us out. That's pretty much the mindset that they had, man. Yeah. All right? Being in that carnal mindset, man. Letting their flesh overtake them. Go ahead.
Surely to defy Israel is he come up. And it shall be that the man who killeth him...
So they were already pretty much defeated in their mind. He said, surely he came up to defy Israel, you know? Like they already had it in their mind that they were going to lose and be defeated. All right, well, go ahead. Yep.
The king will enrich him with great riches and will give him his daughter and make his father's house free in Israel.
Yeah, so basically... what it's saying, if whoever killed this guy or whoever put him to death was going to be made somebody of great popularity and be given great riches and honor amongst Israel, man. All right, go ahead.
And David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, what shall be done to the man that killeth this Philistine, and taketh away the reproach from Israel? For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living power?
Man, so you had King David, all right, or he was known as David at this time, all right, just David. He came through with pretty much he had confidence, man. You know, he trusted in the Lord. He knew how the Lord was a defender for Israel, man. You know, and how as long as you trusted in the Most High, all right, and believed in Him, that we were going to be able to overcome our enemies, man. All right.
Practically, he was one of the youngest ones there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can apply that spiritually now, man. We were looked at as weak, you know. We're actually young men as well, man. Coming up against this old beast, this great old beast, this so-called white man, man. You know. Yeah, go ahead.
And the people answered him after this manner, saying, so shall it be done to the man that killeth him. And Eliab, his eldest brother...
Now skip to verse 32.
32. Verse 32. And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine.
So David stepped up to the plate. All right, go ahead. Through faith. Go ahead.
And Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him.
Yeah, so you got people doubting. All right? That's the spirit of Israel nowadays, man. Like, what are y'all doing out there talking about the white man? Talking about y'all gonna do this, y'all gonna do that, y'all gonna get spiritual power, y'all gonna take this man down. Basically doubting, okay? And trying to rub that spirit on us, man. Just because you don't believe, doesn't mean we ain't got to, man. We got faith in the Lord, man. All right? Well, go ahead.
For thou art but a youth, and he a man of war from his youth.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And when I went out after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth, and when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him. Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them.
That's right.
Seeing he had defied the armies of the living power.
Yeah, so basically David, he was fully confident because he had what? He had experience of his past, man.
Right.
He had certain things that he went through that the Lord got him out of, man. You know, and you can compare that again to us nowadays, man.
Yep.
All right, we're going through things now in this present time because it's to build up our faith, man. Okay, we're catching hell. All right, we're seeing certain things, you know, seeing 144, seeing certain spiritual pictures, watching spiritual movies, you know,
having spiritual dreams,
having
rituals.
Exactly, dreams. What do you say?
The rituals, the Passover and all that.
Right, partaking in the holy customs, man. All these things that we do and we see on a daily basis is to build up our faith, man. Okay, this is what helps us grow in the trust of the Lord, man. To know that the Lord, without a doubt, man, He's with me, man. Okay, so it was no different. So David, what he was talking about was basically going up against lions and slewing bears and stuff like that in the woods. That was his experience with the Lord getting him through certain things, man. So when he came up to this Philistine, when this event was put in front of him, all right, he was able to reflect and say, you know what, I've been through, you know, certain things like this, and the Most High got me through it. So now it ain't no different, okay? I trusted in the Lord back then, I'm going to trust in Him now, okay?
If I may say, it also, the events that happened to King David, or David at that time, which led up to that event of him taking down Goliath, that built up his faith with the lion and the bear, and he slew them both. You know, just like now, everything that the Most High shows us is building up our faith. So when that time does come, on martial law, you know, we'll have trust in the Lord. Back to 37, verse 37. It says, David said, moreover, the Lord hath delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, and He will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said unto David, go, and the Lord be with thee. And Saul armed David with his armor, and put an helmet of brass upon his head. Also he armed him with a coat of mail.
Yeah, go ahead.
And David girded his sword upon his armor, and as I said, to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off him.
Yeah, so David, pretty much, he rejected the armor that Saul gave him, man. You know, it was kind of like it was carnal. You know, it was a carnal thing. You know, he was handing them swords and the shield and the armor. And David basically rejected it and said, look, I have not proved these things. You know, I don't need this shit. You know, I don't need this shit, man. I'm going out there bare. You know. Go ahead.
And he took his staff in his hand and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook.
Yeah, small, you know, smaller weapons. Go ahead.
And put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had, even in a scrip. And his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine.
Yep, go ahead.
And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David. And the man that bare the shield went before him. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth, and ruddy, and of a fair countenance.
Yeah, so he was looking at David like, this dude right here, he ain't no match, man. He ain't no match for me. Look at me. Look what I got. You see me? You know? That's basically the spirit that Goliath is in. And you know what? That's the spirit this damn devil is in too, man. You know? And also, you know, because we're not coming up against this devil carnally, man.
Right.
All right? So he sees us as pretty much no match, man. All right? We're not coming up against this devil carnally. We're coming up against him just with the spirit, man. All right? Just with the spirit of the Lord. All right? So he's looking at us like, y'all ain't got no army. Y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all, what do y'all have against me, man? I'm ruling the world, man. You know? I have power over the nations. I got money. I got influence. I got armies, you know?
Military might.
Huh?
Military might.
Yeah, you ain't got no military, you ain't got nothing, man. You just a bunch of niggas and spicks who with capes on who think y'all know what the Bible is talking about. Y'all talking about coming up against me? I'm a white man, you know?
Yeah.
I'm great, you know? And I've been great.
Manasseh's in the heavens.
Compared to Esau, we are vulnerable physically, but yet we have Yahweh Shemashai.
Exactly.
Ah.
Exactly. That's the point. We're vulnerable physically, you know, especially if we come up against this man in that spirit. If we like, that's why it's important for guys. You got niggas, guys in these Israelite camps bringing weapons and guns to camp, man. That's not the spirit we're supposed to be in, man. You know, we don't need those things, man. All right, we didn't prove those things, man.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
It's also spiritual how David didn't take Saul's armor because we don't need a military. You know, we got Yahweh Shemashai. Notice he took 5 stones, which 5 represents power. That's all he needed. You know, it was a spirit Yahweh Shemashai on him. You know?
Yeah. And he didn't even take all 5 either.
Yeah.
It took one. We're gonna go on to read it later. Yo, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
And the Philistine said unto David, verse 43.
Go ahead.
And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. And the Philistine said to David, Come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air and to the beasts of the field.
He just knew he had it. He just knew he had this defeat in his hand, you know, against David. He knew he was gonna win in his mind, man. And that's the pride of these nations, man. That's the pride of these heathens, man.
Yep.
You know, the scriptures say to lift not up thy horn on high, man. All right. Just because you in the power seat, don't forget who's the one that put you in the power seat at the end of the day, man. Who gave you that power? Who gave the earth into the hands of the wicked? That was Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. But this damn devil, because he ain't in the spirit of the Lord, he's proud. His heart ain't upright. So he thinks that everything that he has in his possession, all the power he has over the earth, is of his own will. All right? But you're sadly mistaken, man. All right? But go ahead.
Verse 45. Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the living of the Lord of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied.
Yeah, that's right, man. And that's the point of this, man. That's the point. That's the moral behind all of this, man. You know, is this devil, this beast that we're up against now, he's coming up against us carnally, man. Yeah, he was blessed with the sword. He has his military, all right? Got all type of guns, all type of aircraft, all right? He has it all, man, all right? He can come up against you with, like I said, with a sword, with spear, all right, and with shield, all right? But David knew and knew that there was a power in the heavens that was greater, more terrifying, and more powerful than his ass, man, all right? So read that again.
Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of Yahweh of hosts.
That's right. But we coming in the name of Yahweh of hosts, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai of hosts, man. And host means armies, man. You know? So the Most High, man, he's much greater than anybody on this earth, man. The scripture tell you, I believe in Psalms, that he is a terrible and great king over all the earth, man. So who can come up against anybody whom the Lord is defending, man? All right? Can't nobody come up against anybody the Lord has mercy on and is defending, man. And that's the power we have on our side nowadays, man. And that's what we, at the end of the day, going into the topic, have to have faith in, man. That's why I titled it The Mighty Faith of David, man. All right? You have to have mighty faith in these last days, man. You got to trust and believe that the Lord, no matter what, is on your side, man. All right? Keep reading.
It says, But I come to thee in the name of Yahweh of armies, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied.
Yep, that's right. Hey, somebody grab that Daniel 7:7 real quick.
This is Daniel 7:7.
Because this is basically, all right, because like I was saying, you can compare that event or that account to what we're going through now, man. All right? And Goliath, when you think of Goliath, just the idea of him, he was great, all right? He was great, he was big, he was strong, monstrous, terrifying. And you can compare that to this devil now. That's why the Most High described the so-called white man in his system, Salaki, as the beast.
Yep.
All right? It's a beast, man. All right? But read that real quick.
This is Daniel 7:7. After this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth.
Dreadful, terrible. When you see something that's dreadful, man, that shakes you up, man. It puts you in a state of trembling, man. You know, and that's what this damn devil does, man. Or is like, okay. People don't want no, like the brother said, people don't want no smoke when it comes to Esau, man. He'll come up in the country, if you don't do what he wants you to do, or you don't give him the things that he needs from you, he'll just come through and, you know, he'll set up some propaganda, put up some propaganda against you, right?
Democracy in your country.
Put democracy in, that's another thing. He'll destroy you like that, you know, or he'll just come through and just full-on attack you, man, and just smash on you, drop drones all up in your countries, man, bomb your hospitals, bomb your neighborhoods.
Yep.
That's this dragon, that's this beast that we're dealing with. All right, Esau, Edom.
Overkill.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
And it had great iron teeth.
Yeah, it had great iron teeth. Again, we went into a sit down before, basically going into his military power, man. All right, and it's this military power overall that makes him great. All right, because he was blessed. This man was he was blessed with the sword, man.
Yep.
He was blessed with his military and his artillery and everything that he has now, that he uses to intimidate these other nations, man. All right, so that's basically what we're coming up against, man. You know, the great so-called white man, you know, the beast, you know, and we just a bunch of jakes from, you know,
LA.
whatever city we from, man. Yeah, we just out in LA, man, from wherever, teaching the word of the Most High, man. We're so-called innocent, man. You know, and like we were saying earlier, we don't have no army, we don't have no guns, we don't have none of that, man. All right, all we have is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai and the trust in the Lord to defend us, man.
That's right.
That's it. Okay. So overall, you know, the moral of all of this is, you know, no matter how big and great and terrifying your enemy is looked at or is perceived, all right, the Spirit of the Lord is on our side, man. All right. So not only will we be defended, but we'll also be able to overcome and defeat this our enemies, man.
Great glory.
Yeah, just through having faith and trust in the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai and letting that be firm, man. You got to have a solid foundation in this truth, man. All right, a solid foundation of faith and belief in Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, and let this truth be your defense, man. All right, let it be your shield, let it be your buckler, as the scriptures say, man. All right, so when we come up against our enemies, man, all right, this as we're doing now, we have to be reliant on the Spirit of the Lord, man. Okay, we got to be spiritual in these times, man. So somebody get that Deuteronomy 20.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 1. It says, when thou goest out to battle against thy enemies.
So when thou goest out to battle against thy enemies, who are our enemies, man? Starting first and foremost with the so-called white man, all right, and then trickling down to the rest of the heathen nations, man, that are confederate with this devil, man, to keep us down, man, to keep us in a low state, okay, to keep our people destroyed, man. First and foremost, mentally, keep us away from knowing who the Lord is, man, all right, and then ultimately destroying us physically, all right. Anybody who does that to somebody, they got to be your enemy, man. You know? They have to be your enemy. But you got our people out there not thinking that, man. They're not in the mindset that this devil, this so-called white man, is our enemy because of everything that this devil is feeding to them carnally, man. Yep. All right? They're letting their material shit blind them, man. Yep. They're letting the fame and the fortune and all of the material things get in the way of judgment, man. All right? Oh, this devil is not that bad. You know, we get to go to work, we get to feed our families.
Diversity,
you know,
and all that shit.
Yeah, man. You know, so this devil is basically distracting our people, man. You know, to where we're not able to really look at this man's track record, look at the things that he's doing on the earth now, man, you know, and really perceive him as our enemy, man. Look at all this wicked shit that he's doing, wicked shit that look at his hypocrisy, man. You know, how can you put the Bible up as the rock of the land, right, and then turn around and legalize homosexuality and give them rights and shit, man? Right. He's a hypocrite, man. You know, he does not live by the standards and the instruction that's written within the scriptures, man. That's why it tells you that he cast the words of the Heavenly Father behind his back, man. Yeah. Basically, I'm going to do what I want to do because I'm in the power seat, man. You know, that's what we're coming up against, man. So when thou goest up against our enemies, man, starting with the so-called white man and the rest of the heathen nations, go ahead.
And seest horses and chariots and people more than thou.
Yeah, so yeah, because when you think about it, you know, yeah, pretty much the heathens, they kind of have pretty much they have the rule over us, man. All right, there's more. They have more power over us, man. All right, they got, like I said, the chariots and the horses that come up against us. You know, yeah,
money,
yeah,
unity. A lot of these people, man. When you go into every community, you got the Persian community. They got their businesses, the carpet businesses. They have all the fancy cars, everything. You got their nation there standing up high for them. You got the Asian communities who stick together, don't let you in. You know, you got all these other nations all standing strong because, again, they know who they are ultimately, and they know who we are. They know that they have us in subjection, all following the tabernacle of Edom. There you go. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. You know, so read that again.
It says, and seest horses and chariots and people more than thou, be not afraid of them. For Yahweh thy power is with thee.
Yeah, so Yahweh thy power is with thee. Now, in this time, this was basically, I believe it's Moses or the priests that were encouraging Israel as they went out to war against their enemies to have faith, man.
Yep.
Have some faith when you go out to war against these guys, you know?
Yep.
Now, we're not, again, this is not, like nowadays, it's not how it was back then, man. We're not coming up against our enemies physically. We're coming up against them now spiritually first, man. Yep. Okay? This starts with a spiritual, this is about a spiritual, this is a spiritual situation that we're in now, man. We have to fight spiritual, so spiritual, what? This is a spiritual war right now, man. All right? We got to expose, like we're going to get later, we got to expose this devil, his lies, and break his strongholds before the ushering, and basically expose him to be the wicked before Yahushua comes back and destroys him physically, man.
That's right.
And sets up a new kingdom, man. Right. You know, we have to prophesy the destruction of this man's kingdom, man. That's right. All right, and that's a spiritual thing, man. All right. So keep reading that.
For Yahweh thy power is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah. So Yahweh thy power is with thee, man. The Lord is with us, man. We got to really believe that, man. And he said in Joshua that whithersoever thou goest, man. He said, be strong, be courageous, you know, because Yahweh thy power is with thee whithersoever thou goest, man. All right? Wherever you going, man. When you go to work, when you in your car, when you in the bathroom, when you in the shower, you know, wherever you at, the Lord is right there watching you, man. The scriptures say that those that fear the Lord, the angels encamp round about you, man. Those are his eyes, man, keeping a watch over you, right. You know, getting you out of danger, man, you know. That's why, you know, brothers have a lot of counts when we're out on the highways and the byways, man, and how the Lord gets us out of certain things, man. You know, the Lord defends us, man, against these people. It's a lot of demons out on the streets, man, that come up against us, man, you know. But for the most part, we have that hedge around us, so they can't really come up against us like that, man. But why is that? Because the Lord is right there with us, man. So we can be out there, be spiritual, all right? We can wake up the elect, all right? And push his will, all right? Speak this word, prophesy, okay? So go ahead, read it again.
Just go start at verse 2?
Yeah. No. Read the first verse again.
Okay. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and see his horses and chariots, and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them. For Yahweh thy power is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be, when ye are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people. Keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
And shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint.
Let not your hearts faint. Okay. Hey, somebody get that Sirach 2 and 11 real quick.
This Sirach 2 and 11. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction.
And saveth in the time of affliction. So we got to keep that in our minds, man. You know, when we're going through our day-to-day afflictions, man, you know, the Lord is right there to comfort us, man, throughout it all, man. All right? Keep going.
Verse 12. Woe be to the fearful of hearts and faint hands.
Whoa, it said, woe. Destruction means, woe means destruction, man. Destruction to those that be with fearful hearts and faint hands, man.
Yep.
That's why we read in the account, you had those jakes that was looking at their enemies like, damn, we can't win this.
Yep.
You know? They were faint-hearted, man. They were fearful, man. They had no trust in the Lord whatsoever, man.
Yep.
And you can apply that also to guys who are behind their keyboards, man.
Yep, exactly.
Like the brother was on the street recently.
Yeah.
He was like, man, Brother Michael, y'all are weenies, man.
Yeah.
Y'all are weenie lotters. Y'all are weenie huts, man.
Yeah.
Y'all have faint hearts and fearful hands if you ain't really out here trying to labor with us, man, and put this work in and fight against our enemies, man. Spiritually, man. They fighting against you every fucking day, man.
Right.
Every time you wake up in the morning, you breathing in polluted air. Who did that, man? Why is there polluted air? Why are there chemtrails? Who owns those planes? Your enemies, man.
That's right.
You know? Every time your ass get hungry, you want some food. Don't you know that that's GMO food?
Right. Yep.
Genetically modified organisms. It's not real. There's no nutrition in it. It actually fights against your body. You know? That's your enemy doing those things, man. The water you drink, you know, the things that you see on TV, the vibrations that's being pushed out in this world, period, is because of your enemies, man. They're fighting against you, man. But now we're living in a time where the Lord is waking us back up, put the breath back in us, man.
That's right.
So now this is the time to fight against them, man. He gave us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for a reason, man. The scriptures say, through much sorrow, through much wisdom is much grief, man.
Yeah.
Because when you gain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you understand that first and foremost, we're surrounded by my enemies, man, because I'm learning about all this shit that they're doing to us, man. And it puts you in a state of grief, man.
Yep.
Like, fuck, man. This motherfucker gotta be our enemies, man.
Exactly.
You know? The scriptures say, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Exactly.
You should be mad, man, because you're being oppressed, man.
Yep.
Okay? Yeah, precept?
Yeah, this 1 Corinthians 2 verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right, so we're not letting Satan get an advantage over us, man. Okay? Because we know the shit that he's up to, man.
Exactly.
We know the things that he set up to destroy us, not only physically, but also spiritually, man.
Exactly.
And now we have the knowledge and the understanding and the wisdom to get around that shit, man. Or to know how to weed through it, man. When he comes with these whack-ass philosophies and these doctrines that he pushes out in the world, what do? We go to the scriptures to filter that shit out, man.
Exactly.
And we come back and say, you know, this ain't the work, this ain't nothing but the working of the damn devil. Don't believe this, y'all. This, that, and the third, man.
He gets exposed.
Or when he comes,
Exactly.
or when he comes fucking humbling down, man, trying to talk about, oh, I'm here to help you oppressed minorities, trying to be a fucking friend. But why don't you consider all the other fucking Edomites that are doing all the opposite, man? Like the brother says here, putting poison in the air, poison in the food, fucking radiation in the sky, destroying your family, putting medical care out of reach so you can't fucking get, so you can't get the care you need.
Legalizing, making it mandatory to get vaccines.
Exactly.
Now in different states, man.
Yep.
He's making it mandatory to get vaccines, man. This man is your enemy, man. We know damn well, again, we're not ignorant to his devices.
Yep.
We know damn well that these vaccines have all these type of harmful chemicals and harmful metals, all right, that up in these vaccines, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Also, and he's such a mad scientist that he got weather machines called the heart that can manipulate, you know, the weather. It can cause earthquakes, floods, tsunamis. You know, he just had a flood in the Midwest that destroyed all the farmlands and killed 1 million cows.
Yeah.
So now, the you know, stores of food in stores in the Midwest is gonna.
That's gonna bring that famine. It's gonna target you, motherfuckers,
it's gonna
man.
slow down, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing this for yourself, man, if you don't want to rise up and stand up for yourself, you should stand up and you should consider those loved ones around you, man. Your parents, your siblings, your nieces and nephews that you love, that you say you care about. That's real love, man. Standing up for them, putting your life on the line for them. Right? Consider the fate of the 10 coward spies that went with Caleb and Joshua, and it came back, man. The Lord put them to death because they were fucking cowards, right? And that happened throughout the whole scriptures, man. Israel is not a fucking house of cowards, man.
Yeah.
Though it was the cowards and the people who bent down to the oppressor that survived all the captivities. The Lord now is bringing back the true men. And he's calling to you other Israelites to stand up for your nation.
That's right.
Exodus 3:15 says the Lord is a man of war, so the Lord expects you to be a fighter. You know, just like at the time of the Maccabees. All right, yeah, Mattathias, the father, and all his sons, they were all warriors. You know.
Exactly.
So the Lord, he wants that spirit to be in his men.
Yeah. He said, I command you to gird up. He told Job, gird up your loins, man. I command of thee, man. That's a commandment. It's a command. The Lord commanded you to be a man, to not be weak, to not be faint-hearted.
That's right.
He said, woe be to the feeble knees, you know, and woe be to faint hands, man. You know, basically you scared, man.
Yep.
Look, this shit that's coming to the world, it's inevitable, man. And you're gonna need a defense, man. This is how you get the defense. You know, ultimately you got to be of the elect. Ultimately, but if you hear the word and you been listening, man, you should have been made some moves, man.
Yep.
We in the end times, man. Our salvation is nearer than we believe, man.
Yep.
You have the scriptures say that there's a time and a place for everything, man.
Right.
There's a time of peace and there's a time of war.
Right.
We're not living in a time of peace, man. This ain't a time to be chilling. For real, man. This is a time to fight, man. You got to fight yourself, first and foremost, and then you got to fight this damn devil, man. Right. But the Lord, no matter what, is with you through all of it, man. Okay? And you won't know that unless you make an extra step and start to experience that, man. You can't be behind the keyboard thinking the Lord is going give you some type of a faith booster, man. You get a faith booster through your experiences, man, through your hell that you catch, man. But you but that takes you to make that leap, man. Take that extra step, man. You know?
Straight up. So
this is back in Sirach, Sirach 2:12. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands.
Yeah, the Most High said in your security, you're going to be destroyed, man.
Yep.
In your security, when you think things is all good and you're safe and you're procrastinating, you know, the Yahweh Shemiah Shai is coming as a thief in the night, man. Period. You know, before you least expect it, man. So you got to step up now, man. Like the brothers are saying, man, you got to be a warrior, man.
Yep.
We living in a time of war.
Yep.
All right? There's actual war that's about to come to America, man. All hell is about to break loose in this society, man. Oh, race wars. It's all type of war coming, man. So you gotta get in that spirit of being a warrior, man. You have to. You have no choice. You know?
Yep.
Really, you have a choice. The Most High said choose between life and death. You have a choice, but the better choice is the obvious one, you know? It's just, you gotta just be a man, man. You know? The Most High is real. His will is real.
Yep.
Okay?
There's that famous saying that says, it's better to die on your feet than live on your knees.
Exactly. Oh, man.
Let me continue. It says, and the sinner that goeth both ways.
Yeah, being double-minded, man. You know, you can't be double-minded, man. Maybe I'll come in now, you know, man. If you believe, just come in, man. Just go with the spirit, man. That's true spirituality, is just going with the flow, man. If you know it's right, you just do it, man. You know, sometimes it's hard, yeah. Sometimes it ain't always just easy, man. But sometimes it's just obvious, man. Sometimes it's obvious, man. You know, you can't be double-minded this thing, man. You know, can't be. Most High said, if you lukewarm, He gonna spew you out of His mouth, man. That's right. You can't be lukewarm. You gotta be hot for the Lord, man. All right, that's the only way to be defended in these last days. Keep reading.
Verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
For you believe it not. You ain't got no faith. That's what we talking about, man. When David went against his enemies, he had faith, man. Yep. That's our prerequisite, man, to coming into this truth, man. A pre-requirement. You gotta have faith. You gotta believe, man, that through it all, the Lord is on your side, man. All right?
Right? It tells you without faith, works is dead. Right? Because the thing is
without works.
Oh, you can't count. Yeah. Without works, your faith doesn't count for anything. Because the thing is if you believe, that's gonna jump you to action, man. There's a reason why all of us are out here doing these lessons, are out on the streets every weekend. Because when we heard this truth, we knew this was the truth, man. And we wanted to show our faith. So we went ahead and we did that work. All you keyboard warriors, man, that shit ain't doing nothing, man. You ain't helping us. You ain't, you know. It's nice to get like good compliments and everything, man, and thumbs up. But
at the end of the day, we don't need cheerleaders, man. The scriptures say that the harvest truly is plenteous, man, but the laborers are few. We need laborers, man. We don't need cheerleaders. We don't need niggas on the side. Go ahead, y'all bigging us up, like I tell you in Ezekiel 33, bigging us up, giving us fist pumps. You know, good job, Shalom. We don't need that, man. We need laborers to come into this thing, man. You know, the scriptures say labor to rest.
Because the reason why we say all this, because there is the potential elect out there. You know, we just fishing. So if this applies to you, you feel in the spirit, then hey, then do the work, and chances are you get saved out here. You part of the elect, you know.
Now at the end of the day, everybody ain't got the spirit to prophesy. The scriptures say that He gave some teachers, some evangelists, you know, some helps, some prophets, you know. But I mean, basically, you got to do something. You got to do something, man. You can't just be behind the keyboard. You got to get out on the streets and do something, man. And then the Spirit is going to move you to what you need to do, man.
That's the bare minimum, man. Is just simply coming out. That's the bare minimum you can do, man.
Right.
You just come out, man. If you just want to just give water, listen to the word, and just be a help, that's good, man. Do that and stuff. Don't just drive by. Hey, respect. Hey, it doesn't do shit, man.
Yeah. Send ties, though, too. That'll help.
Yeah,
that's apostles, of course.
Yep, exactly.
That's your elders.
There you go.
The scriptures say when you make a prophet your friend, you'll receive the reward of a prophet, man. But you gotta get that acceptance, man. You gotta be like the scriptures say also. You gotta prove a friend, man. Yep. We can't prove you if you behind a computer, man. You gotta get out on the streets for us to prove you to be a friend, man. Yep. To be a friend of the prophets, man.
Right.
You know, that's how it works, man. The scriptures say, because you know, Jake like to say all up and down that they love the Lord, but love is an action. Like the brother was saying, like if you love your family, if you love, if you love yourself, man, if you want to be saved, man, you know, then you would put some action behind that, man. That's right. Behind that thought. All right.
Verse
precept.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because it isn't just, you know, saying it with your mouth. You know, like the brother was saying, you got to come out and stand on your feet and put your best foot forward. And this is Psalms 94 and 16. It says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Man, so the Most High is calling to His elect, man. Who's going to stand up for me against these fucking devils, man? You see how, man, the Lord is pretty much saying, look, I want my will, which is the scriptures, the law, statutes, and commandments, I want my will to be pushed on the earth. But look around, but look who's in the power seat. Look who's in the power seat. Look what He's doing to the earth. He's not abiding by my words. You know? So who's going to stand up for me against these basically these niggas? Who's gonna stand up for me against these niggas, these real black people, these Edomites and these weird ass heathens, man? That's polluting my earth, man. You know, that's striving against me, man. Pushing wickedness, man. You know, that's seducing my people to commit wickedness as well. Who's gonna stand up for me against them, man? All right. And through faith, we're saying, all right, you know, I'll do it. I'll volunteer to do that, man. You know. And right now it seems like those men are very few and far between, man. There ain't much of us that's really out there, man. You know. But at the end of the day, man, hey, like we're saying, if you believe you love the Lord, man, then you will stand up for Him against the evildoers, man.
Exactly.
You'll go out there and say fuck homosexuality, and all you motherfuckers need to be put to death, man. You know, because that's what's in the scriptures, man. That's what the Lord said, man. You know, to hell with adultery, to hell with smoking weed. Abide by the dietary laws, man. I'm talking mainly to our people, man. You know. You gotta stand up against this shit, man, because it's getting out of hand, man. Things every day are gradually getting worse and worse and worse and worse, man. You know, things ain't settling down. Like Ezra said, how much more shall wickedness flourish in these end times, man? You know, basically what he was saying was, as time moves on, things are just gonna get even more and more in a hellish and just downtrodden condition on the earth, man. Wickedness is going to continue to reign, man.
That's right.
And eventually there ain't going to be nobody to be saved, like it tells you, man. And I think Yahushua said there ain't going to be no flesh to be saved, man.
Right.
You know, if things continue as they are, man. So basically what we have to do is we got to go out and combat that, man. We got to combat that. We got to be warriors in the spirit, man. We got to push a positive vibration, so to speak, man. We got to push a godly vibration on the earth, man. You know, when people come up against us with something wicked, we got to say, nah, this is how it's done. And it's supposed to be done in righteousness, man. You know, we got to combat that evil and wicked spirit, man.
Exactly.
Read that scripture again.
This is Charagma.
No. The one you had.
This is Psalms 94:16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Right, so this is a time to stand up, man. Like the brother was saying, man. It's better to stand up. What'd you say?
It's better to live on or die on your feet than live on your knees.
Yeah, die on your feet because you were standing up doing something, man. You know, than live on your knees and being a fucking coon, being submitting to this damn devil, man. Being a house nigga. Or a house nigga woman.
Fucking simp.
Yeah, a simp, a traitor. You know, it's better to stand up and die for what you believe in, man. Out on the streets, man.
Exactly.
On the highways and the hedges, man. And be a warrior and not be behind your keyboards or basically you living on your knees, man. All right.
And I got
bowing down.
I got a real quick testimony too, man. And this isn't just for you, man. Because you got to consider everybody around you, all your loved ones, your family. They're all drowning in this filth. When you stand up, you become that boat, that buoy of righteousness, man. You become that lifesaver, man. And then at that point, you're gonna be that example around your family, man. My family, man, they hardly ever eat pork if any time. They know not to talk about any type of like goddamn fucking faggot shit around me. They know not to talk about any birthdays or any holidays. You know, they get all scared when I come around, man. Because why? Because I'm not some pussyfoot. I don't pussyfoot around stuff. I tell them, like, that shit's wicked, man. That shit goes back to paganism. You know, and they may fucking hate. Some of them may hate me and think I'm fucking the crazy uncle or whatever. But they understand. But if some of them know now what I'm doing is righteous, and I'm doing it to save their ass, right? And then in the kingdom, they're gonna realize, like, damn, he really did care enough about us to do what he's doing, man. Because again, you're that light in that darkness that this devil is trying to drown us all in, man.
Exactly.
Yep.
Shit.
So backing this up.
Go back.
This is Sirach 2:13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended.
So you're not gonna be defended, man. You know. You have to be that iron wall, that iron pillar, that brazen wall against your enemies, man. You got to make your forehead strong against their foreheads, man.
Right.
Against our enemies' foreheads, man. All right. So you're not going to be if you in the spirit of being weak, man, you're not gonna be defended, man. Most High ain't dealing with no weak niggas, man. He ain't dealing with no weak Spics. He ain't dealing with no weak Cubans. He ain't dealing with no weak Benjamites. He ain't dealing with no weak, Uncle Tomahawks, you Native Americans. He ain't dealing with no weak South Americans, all right? He's dealing with strong and courageous men of the nation of Israel, of the 12 tribes, man. 144,000, man. 12,000 out of each tribe, man. That the 1/3. That's who the Lord is dealing with in these times, man. Okay, those are the ones that's gonna stand up in these last days, man. All right. And the Lord said, if you fight for me, I'm gonna fight for you. That's how it goes, man. An even exchange. Fight for my word, fight for my will right now spiritually, and then when shit goes down, I'm gonna fight for you physically, man. I'm gonna defend you in the day of evil. Right. You know, when all hell breaks loose. Exactly. When martial law troops are cordoning off the streets, man, setting up garrisons, man. You know, and you witnessing niggas left and right getting gunned down, man. But somehow, some way, you just getting through it. What the fuck? Yep. Now you got miracles and shit happening. Oh man, I know the Lord is with me, man. But that's only gonna happen because why? Because you were His friend when things wasn't all bad, man. Right. You were the Lord's friend when shit was civilized. You know?
Give up your life.
Yeah, you gave up your life for the Lord, man. You sacrificed, man. The scriptures say you give up your life. If you try to save your life in these times, you're going to lose it, man. Yep. But if you save your life, if you lose your life, spiritually, you're going to gain it, man. He said everything that you sacrifice now, you're going to gain it 100-fold in the kingdom, man. That's right. You know? So you gotta sacrifice, man. You know, that's a big thing, man. It's sacrifice right now, man. Jake don't want to sacrifice because we all up in the flesh, man. We gotta be spiritual right now, man. You know, and all those sacrifices that you putting up for the Lord, man. The Lord sees that, man. Right. You know, you teaching the word. He said, I'm not going to forget your work and labor of love that you showed toward His name. You know. That you ministered to the ministers or ministered to the saints and you did minister. You know? So the Most High is not going to forget that, man. We're storing up our treasures in heaven. You know? And then we're going to reap the benefits of that later on, man. Yep. So you got to be a warrior for your how about Shimmy outside, and that's just the point, man. All right? Read to 13.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended.
Yeah. So you're not going to be defended, man. That's the point, all right? So go back and finish that Deuteronomy 20.
Deuteronomy 20 and verse 3. And shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. For Yahweh your power is He that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies to save you.
There you go. So that's the point, man. The Lord is with us to fight against our enemies, man. The scriptures talk about how He taught David his hands to war, man. You know, He taught him how to swing the sword and all of that, man. You know, basically meaning he taught David, he's basically going to be there for you. All right, He's going to inhabit you. All right, so you'll be able to go against these your enemies, man. Yep. All right, and there's an account in the book of Kings where Elisha and the 50 servants that were with Elisha, the servants were basically overcome with fear because I believe the Assyrian army was about to come up against them, man. And Elisha had to comfort their souls, man, because it was more than that it was with them. He had to comfort their souls and let them know, like, look, we have a defense, man. Don't even trip. We have a defense, man. And it's more, and Elisha said, it's more of us than there is with them. Okay? We got angels on our We got angels on our side, man. Spiritual beings, man. Celestial beings in the spirit world. No, you can't see them. You know? But that's how it is. They're on a higher vibration, man. You know? They're in the spirit world, but they're here to defend those in the three-dimensional world, man. in their accounts, David always talked about how, and we're going to get it later too, in Psalms 18, whenever David was encamped round about, when his enemies came down against him as a flood, you know, the Most High came through, boom, sent a chariot down, man. Sent a chariot down to destroy all those armies that were coming up against him, man.
When they fucked up Heliodorus.
Yeah, Heliodorus, yeah.
You got those fucking those angels with golden suits of armor and stuff coming down, nearly beat that Edomite to death. That was beautiful, man. And that's the thing. That's why when we come into rooms, when we start talking to people and stuff like that, or when women walk by, man, they get all scared and shit, man. They cover up, or they walk by fast. Some people don't even walk in front of us. They walk around the entire camp. They walk into the damn street.
A lot of people don't look you in the eyes.
Yeah,
they don't
exactly,
look at their head bow, kind of.
Yep.
I noticed that a lot too.
Yeah, man, exactly, man. A lot of devils don't fucking look us in the eyes anymore, man.
They feel that energy.
Exactly, man. That's the thing, man, because we got those angels behind us, man, camped around about us, man. And you only get that defense when you come to the truth, man. Actually, that's what I'm going to start doing at the end of my videos, man. I'm going to start making a fucking clarion call for my listeners to start fucking coming out, man.
Hey, every time I go, I use the bathroom, I come back, it's like a whole aura around brothers, you know, around the camp. You know what I'm saying? When I look at, you know, the camp I'm in, it's like a shine, you know? It's like a movie.
Damn.
Like as if someone's making a movie, you know, you can see the production, like the whole set. It looks like that,
man.
you know? And I know other people notice it, you know?
Yeah,
you don't notice
They
it,
walk
you
by,
feel it.
yeah, they feel it, but they just don't. As soon as they walk past, they, you know, they act like they don't see us.
Oh, man, dogs,
Yeah, they-
pets.
Yeah, when people walk by the camp too, it's like you'll hear them yelling and shit afar off, and as soon as they walking by, they quiet.
Yeah.
There be a lot of those bums out there who got all them demons on them. They be when they walk by, they
There you go.
start
man.
that shit again.
And that's just a taste of what's going to come in the kingdom, man. Because right now we're just fishers, man.
Right.
You know, Lord will, we're going to be the hunters. Exactly. Jeremiah, when the Lord comes, man, when He puts that switch, man.
That's
so
it.
you people out there, you people are warriors, man. When you're, waiting on your time for this is the perfect time to come, man. When you come too late, you're just gonna be in the crowd. You're just gonna be amongst the masses that are gonna be there, man. You know, what does it say, man? Invest now. when the iron's hot, invest now. You gotta come out now and do the will of the Lord, man.
Exactly. Did you finish that up? Or did you finish it already? That was it. Yeah, that was it. So the Lord is with us to save us from our enemies, man. All right? You got to be spiritual. All right? And the way, first and foremost, all right, the Lord is going to show His power through us, all right, to overcome and defeat our enemies in these last days. First and foremost, like we're saying, is spiritually, man. All right? Because it starts with this word, man. This is how we can overcome this beast. This is how we overcome this damn devil, man.
Yep.
All right? It's by pushing the word and the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. A righteous vibration on the earth, man.
Yep.
Okay? Somebody get that Ephesians 6 and 10, whoever had it.
This is Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might.
Yep, go ahead.
Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye me Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
And again, this made me think back to what we read about how David, he took that armor off that Saul gave him, man. Because ultimately the armor that David had was a spiritual armor, man. Which we're reading. This is the whole armor of the Most High, man. All right? Go ahead.
It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world.
Woo. And all of that basically in one word is what? The Illuminati.
Yep.
So-called Illuminati. All right? The Luciferians on the left-hand side, man.
Yep.
All right? Starting with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, Oppenheimers, Gettys, DuPonts, all these, even the ones that are underneath them, kind of like the Clintons and the Bushes and who else?
We said, I think
You guys
said
said
Rothschilds.
Yeah, the Rothschilds. He had the guys like Henry Kissinger, you know, motherfuckers like that. The so-called Illuminati. That's who we're fighting up against, man.
Yep.
Those are the main demons that are pushing these negative vibrations in the world, man.
Yep.
Got they set up this, my bad. They basically like the brother made that poster. They set up all these institutions, man.
Yep.
Set up all these institutions to corrupt the people, man.
Yep.
To corrupt the minds of the people. All right,
Yep.
and physically.
Oh yeah, also the Morgans too.
Yeah, and behind those, exactly, the Morgans, the Kushners, you got all these people, man. You got the people that we don't even know about yet, man. The people that are behind them. And like this brother just brought up a little while ago, man, you want to see what these devils are actually doing, go to Netflix and put on that show, Sabrina, or the, what is it called, Doc?
Sabrina.
The mischievous, or the,
Right,
the devilish Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, and stuff like that. Or the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. They literally are not hiding what they're freaking doing. You go to American Horror Stories, Apocalypse. They literally show you what they're doing, man. How they do these cannibalistic rituals, how they drink the blood of innocent people, or excuse me, the minorities who are really the Israelites.
I used to like that show. Like the first couple seasons was cool, and then it had like the third or fourth season with the witch. After the witch one, and after that it was all fucking demonic.
Exactly, man. And that's how they fucking lure you in, man. They put those things out there that capture your attention, and then they slowly start bringing in the truth that they need to get you to devour, so that way you have you have that intention in your head, and you have that understanding, because there's gonna be a day when these devils are literally gonna start they're already doing it out there already in real life, and people think it's just a fucking joke. You got Lady Gaga, you got Beyonce doing all these rituals at the Super Bowl, and people will be like, oh, they're just being funny. They're just doing this. They're, you know, oh, Taco Bell is just making these Illuminati commercials to be joking. And on the surface level, yeah, but on the deep spiritual level, they're literally corrupting your soul, man.
Yeah.
You know, and what does it say, man? It's I'm gonna paraphrase. It says, to the righteous, all things are pure, but to the defiled or
unbelieving,
to the unbelieving,
it's nothing pure.
Yeah, it's nothing pure, man. You know, it's because what happens when you look at certain things, like us brothers, we can see the spiritual things, like, oh, that's spiritual because of this. Other people are like, oh man, they say, oh, that's fucking, I don't know, they'll bring up some folly ass explanation for that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's hard for us to not see the spiritual things behind these things now. Nowadays, you know, the movies and all of that, it's hard for us to not see it, but and then on the flip side for them, it's hard for them to see it, man.
Yep, exactly, man. Because their mind has been defiled, man. You know, I'm gonna give a perfect example. The brothers up in San Francisco did a lesson on this, the first San Francisco, or the first man of color to go sail to San Francisco, right? They were doing a lesson on it, and they seen the spiritual meaning behind that statue, because he was facing east and all stuff, and they were doing a lesson, and some fucking Edomite comes by, man, like, oh, he's naked. The fuck, you see that right there is a corruption of the mind. Corruption of the soul. They can't really see what that shit means. And that's what Esau's trying to do on a top level by releasing these Sabrina, teenage witch shows, the apocalyptic things. Yep. You know, you're being destroyed by your enemy and you're not even seeing it, man.
Yep, and that's what we're wrestling against, man. That's what we're fighting against first and foremost right now, man. The principalities.
Yep.
The principalities, the rulers of the darkness of this world, man.
Yep.
Satan, man.
Yep.
Those that inhabit those that are in the spirit of Satan, man. These elites, man. And then everybody that's in confederate with them, man.
Yep.
All right, keep reading.
It says,
verse 13.
Yeah, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
See, spiritual wickedness in high places, man.
Yep.
Basically the source of all this shit, man.
Yep.
The source of the wickedness that's being pushed out on the earth, man. All right, and it tells you in Ezekiel how we're standing up an exceeding great army, man. Yep. And then in Revelation it tells you how great fear fell upon them, man. That saw them, man.
Yep.
Because now we're looked at as a challenge. These motherfuckers are challenging us, man. They challenging us, you know, and because we are, man. We're battling against them, man. All right, on a spiritual level, exposing them and revealing all their dirty laundry and everything they doing, man. Because like the Most High said, there ain't nothing that's done in darkness that won't be brought to light.
That's right.
There's nothing done in darkness that won't be brought to light, man.
Yep.
Most High said He know all your secrets and everything you do in darkness, man.
Yep.
It don't go past His eyes, man. The angels is everywhere.
Yep.
And they're 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man. Go ahead.
It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Yeah, so it says the whole armor of the Most High. Okay, so again, it tells you in the previous verse that this is not carnal. This is our battle is spiritual. Okay, so this armor that we have to take on has to be a spiritual armor. It's a mindset. It's a state of mind that you have to be in, man, in these last days in order to endure in the evil day, man. Right. Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your times in the strength of salvation, man. Okay, so go ahead.
It says, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth.
Yeah, loins girt about with truth, man, because this is what we stand up for, man. This is what we testify of, man. The spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of, or the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, man. You know, we're testifying of Yahushua, testifying of the prophecies, man, and we're standing on it, man. Yep. We're telling this devil, you going down, you going into slavery, the heathens is going into slavery, the nigger woman is going down, Israel, the men of Israel is about to rise back up into power, man. And we got our loins girt about that, man.
Yep.
Standing up bold, man. For the truth, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, because scripture says that Yahushua is the truth and the light, you know, and we use it, we come in the spirit of truth, you know, and we lighten up all this darkness that's all around this world, you know. So it says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod.
Breastplate of righteousness, you know, having the the breastplate, you know, around your the chest, like another piece of your armor. All right. So have your loins girt about with the truth. All right. I think we had like a little area, something to go over our loin area, you know, to defend us, right? And then we had the breastplate. All right, the breastplate of righteousness, which is basically it goes into faith, but you know, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. That's how you gain faith with the Lord. I mean, you know, mercy and favor is what I meant to say. Favor of the Lord. All right, keeping his ways, man, walking in his paths. All right, go ahead.
And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
Yeah, your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. All right, the good news. All right, basically everything that we're teaching. All right, the kingdom of heaven. All right, Israel rising back up. All right, our people are going to be soon completely righteous men. All right, Yahushua is coming to save us, redeem us out of this prison, out of this hellhole. All right, go ahead.
It says, above all, taking the shield of faith.
Ooh, above all, taking the shield of faith, man. Because your faith is what defends you, all right, against the rudiments of the world, like it tells you in Colossians. The rudiments of the world, the doctrines and the philosophies, man. Like we were saying earlier, the scriptures at the end of the day is what you filter everything that you hear in this world, every doctrine and philosophy, you filter it through the word of the Lord, man. And it shields you. You know, and you come to the conclusion, does this line up with what the word of the Lord said? No? Okay, it's out of there, man. So that's what shields you, man. Okay? Your faith in the word, man. All right, go ahead.
Wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Fiery.
Or Salakia. It says, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Boom, exactly what I just said. The fiery darts of the wicked. You know, the philosophies, man. The doctrines of the devil, man. Yep. All right? His devices, man. Yep. His various devices. The RFID chip, man. You know? We know that shit ain't nothing good, even though he's trying to push it as, you know, convenience. It's good, it's benevolent, it's for the people. That shit is satanic, man. It's going to get you destroyed if you take it, man. Yep. All right? If you take hold to that idea. All right?
Trying to twist the fucking truth. A lot of times, man. Now I'm going to give another testimony, man. Before I knew the truth, I used to get twisted up about some of the lessons or things I would hear because I wasn't fully rooted in this truth because I didn't know certain lessons. I didn't know certain breakdowns. When I would hear certain things, I'd be like, oh man, I get a little fucked up, right? But now I hear something, I'm like, no, it's not, you fucking liar.
Right.
Or I know, like, you know what, that's a Yiddish understanding of this, or that's this, or you know, that you're listening to this. Oh, you've been reading the book of Enoch, you've been reading the book of Jasher. That shit's going off, exactly, man.
That's the shield of faith, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that shield of faith. Finish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And take the helmet of salvation.
Yeah, and the helmet of salvation. So again, these are all pieces of armor. These are all pieces of armor, but there's this spiritual armor that you need to put on, man. You know? And like I said, take the helmet of salvation. Salvation at the end of the day is supposed to be on your mind, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
That's what we're striving for, man. For Yahushua to come back. And like it tells you in Matthew 1:21, he's coming back to save his people from their sins, man. You know? That's why we hope in Yahushua, because we in these fucked up, decrepit, messed up bodies that we in, man. We're going off on a daily. But Yahushua said, I'm coming back to redeem you. I'm coming back to save you from your sins, man.
Yep.
Give you an incorruptible body. Because salvation at the end of the day is not just you getting beamed up into a chariot. Salvation initially, in actuality, is Yahushua coming with the chariots to change your body, though, when you get beamed up, man. Because that's saving you from your sins, giving you a body to where you won't transgress the laws anymore, man.
Yep.
Right?
To break free these chains that we are in.
Chains of darkness.
Chains of darkness.
That's right. So that's the helmet of salvation, man. Having that be on your mind, having that be the goal. All right? That's what keeps you diligent, man. That's what keeps you firm in the faith, man. You know? Just wanting to, you know, be perfect, man. Wanting that perfectness about yourself, man. Yeah. That you can't achieve now. All right? Not having demons messing with you and all that shit, man. You know?
Immortality.
That's right. Go ahead.
And the sword of the Spirit.
And the sword of the Spirit, man. All right? Which is the scriptures, man.
Yep.
The scriptures say to rightly divide the word of truth, man.
Yep.
All right? And the scriptures also say in Hebrews 4:12 that the word of the Most High is sharper than any two-edged sword.
Yep.
And piercing to dividing asunder of soul and spirit, man. You know? This word cuts you, man. This word breaks down strongholds. We'll get that next. Yep. 2 Corinthians. The word breaks down strongholds. It tears shit down and destroys our enemies, man. On a spiritual level. Okay? And our main enemy that we're coming up against is this beast system, man. The so-called white man, the dragon. All right? Esau, Edom. Okay?
Which is the word of Yahweh.
Which is the word of Yahweh. That's it. Go to 2 Corinthians.
This 2 Corinthians
10:3.
10:3. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Right. So again, we're not carnal, man. All right? We're spiritual. So though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, meaning we're not picking up swords, we're not picking up guns and grenades and relying on those things to save us, man, out of our troubles, man. Is it wrong to have one? No. You was just talking about the brother earlier, got sword and shit, brother. He likes swords, man. Yeah. But we not buying these things to go out and fight Edomites and shit, and fight Moabites. Yeah. Stab them through the heart and shit. As much as that's on our mind, as much as that shit be on our mind, we're not doing it. You know? Because we got a job first to be spiritual, man. Fight them spiritually first and foremost, man.
I want to do that in the kingdom.
Yeah. You know? We don't need to pick up AKs and all that shit. We don't need those things, man. Alright? Keep reading.
It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Yeah, so the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. The scriptures say it's better to have wisdom than weapons of wisdom are better than weapons of war, man. You can read that in Ecclesiastes, man. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, because if you got the spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, you can get yourself out of a fight, man.
Yep.
You can talk yourself out of a fight if you got wisdom.
Yep.
You know?
There's a beautiful movie. There was a beautiful scene in this movie called Lucy, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in the scene right before she gets all this freaking incredible intelligence, wisdom and stuff like that, she's there crying, boogers coming out of her fucking nose, man, begging not to be killed. Yeah. And then those drugs get released into her body, and she gets fucking smart. What does she do, man? She sits up, stands, calculates everything that's going on, and she takes out everybody, man. That's wisdom, man. Yeah, exactly. That's a badass scene,
It
dude.
was.
Exactly.
Subtlety, that's what it was.
Yeah.
You can use subtlety on people.
Yeah.
You know, hey.
Righteous subtlety.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
righteous.
exactly.
Yeah, because if you once you become good at becoming what's it called, seasoned with salt, man, you can say parables of people all day and it'll fuck up. You can mind fuck somebody.
Exactly.
You know?
Like,
You can mind.
I do it sometimes. It's crazy. I'm like, damn. Like,
Yep.
That's using your mind as a weapon.
Exactly.
You know?
yeah.
That's what the Most High is giving us now, man. That's what He's giving us first, man. Your mind got to be used as a weapon to combat the spiritual wickedness in high places, man.
Yep.
Tear that shit down. Tear them strongholds down that we're going to talk about right now. Go ahead.
It says, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
Yeah, mighty through the Most High. Because at the end of the day, this ain't of us, man. David trusted in the Lord. He said, I don't come up with you against sword. I'm coming up against you in the spirit of the Lord. You know? So that's who we trust in at the end of the day. That's who we get our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from, man. And which is power, man. This is all power that we're dealing with, man. But we didn't get it of our own. We got it through divine inspiration, man. All right? Go ahead. Read that again.
It says, through, you want to start? For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
Right, so again, mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, man. So that's why we always talk about how we go to the Word at the end of the day, man. The scriptures say, let the Most High be true and every man a liar. We go to the Word at the end of the day to break things down, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh.
Yeah, casting, because the script, like the scriptures say in the Corinthians, man, 1 Corinthians, that the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High, man. It's foolishness, man. And that how He chose the weak things of the world to what? Confound the wise, man. Because this word, at the end of the day, there's power in this word first and foremost, man. It'll confound any doctrine, any philosophy out there. When you go to the scriptures, it'll confound it, man. Because the Most High, at the end of the day, He's that beacon of truth, man. Which is the scriptures, man. Which is really, Yahweh Shai, man. That's why we call upon Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Because like the brother quoted earlier, He's the way, He's the truth, He's the light, or the life, man. Okay? So we go through the word to cast down the imaginations and anything in this world that's trying to exalt itself against the knowledge of the Most High, man. We basically we got to be so well equipped with this word to, like it says in Matthew, that your enemies shall not be able to gainsay or nor resist. You know?
It says, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai.
Basically, you gotta be like, people gotta be like, fuck, man, y'all got me. Damn, that's true. You know, whenever you're speaking to some people, just by yourself, when you're in the world operating, you may come across somebody you talk to, and you might drop a hot one on them, drop some wisdom, and they'll just be like, fuck.
Yeah, man, that's right.
That's true. I can't fight against that.
That's like putting their thoughts into submission, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like
Obedience.
Yeah, into obedience. That's like using, spiritual jujitsu, man. You know?
Exactly.
They go fucking spiritually hobbling away and shit, man.
Yeah.
You want me to keep going?
Read that part again.
It says, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai.
Which is the word. Yahweh Shai is the word. Go ahead.
And having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
Oh shit! Now see, I didn't even have plans to read that, but that's a good scripture too, man.
Yeah.
Having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience. See, again, right now we're just being spiritual, but we have it in our minds like we want to take this fucking place down, man. We want to take these wicked ass people down, man. We have that readiness of mind, man. But like Yahushua said, if this were His kingdom, His servants will fight. This ain't Yahushua's kingdom right now, man. So we're not fighting on a carnal tip, man. All right? But that'll come later, which is beautiful. That's going to roll into, that is rolling into is the spirit, man. It's rolling into my next point, man. Because when our obedience is fulfilled, that's when the Lord will, that's when He'll finally raise us up, all right, to be his actual weapons of war, man, on a carnal level, man. So, Dr. Shaw, read that, actually read 2 Thessalonians. I know I told you to pull that too. Read that first.
The 2 Thessalonians 2:7?
Yeah.
It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way."
So the Most High is just letting this devil work his wickedness, letting him build up a tab, all right? His sins is just piling up to the heavens, right? So the Most High is just letting this devil do what he do, right? Until he be taken out of the way, man. Until his time, like the scriptures say, the triumphing of the wicked is short, man. All right? So eventually it's going to come to a point where the Most High is going to say, all right, that's it. Let the floodgates of destruction befall this man, all right? On a physical level, man. And that's going to happen with the martial law, the famine. That's going to be the economic collapse. It's going to be the EMPs. It's going to be the race wars. It's going to be World War III. And then ultimately, the thermonuclear destruction to America, man. Okay? So, yeah, now read verse 8, sir.
"And then shall that wicked be revealed."
Which we're doing now, okay? That's a part of our spiritual job, is to reveal this devil, to be the devil, man. All right? He's being revealed in these times, man. All right? As the wicked. All right? As the son of perdition, man. As the man of sin. Okay? Go ahead.
"Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth."
That's what we're doing now. All right? Like it tells you in Revelation, the Most High raised up the two witnesses, which is the northern and the southern kingdom. All right? And then and it talks about how whoever shall come up against them shall in this manner be killed. Basically, it was saying it goes into the fire. All right? I'm not saying it verbatim, but it goes into how he's using them, raising them up, and how the words out of their mouth is going to be as fire, and these people are going to be as stubble. Okay? And it tells you in Jeremiah 23, I believe, or 24, that he said, "Is not my word as a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces," man? So this word is breaking this stronghold that we read and back in the Corinthians, man. Go ahead.
"Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming."
And will destroy with the brightness of his coming. So once this devil is revealed to be the devil, all right, all his works are revealed, his evil works, then it's going to be time for judgment, man. All right? Then Yahushai, oh yeah, I forgot about Yahushai. He's coming with the chariots too, man. After all the martial law and all that, before the missiles drop, Yahushai is going to be here too.
Yep.
To take this man out of the fucking way, man.
Yep.
All right? And then not only, and then we know that in the scriptures, somebody who was holding the Revelation 12.
I got it.
Because Yahushua, he has his elect down here, right? Doing the will of the Lord. All right, but in these last days, the Lord is going to, we're joint heirs with Yahushua, man. All right? So when he gets that, he comes back with his glory, we're going to get our glory as well, man. All right? And he also says that when he returns in his glorious body, tells you that in Philippians, that we're going to be, our bodies are going to be fashioned like unto his glorious body, man. We're going to shed these vile and corruptible bodies, man. And like I said earlier, that's going to happen when the chariots come and beam us up in that light and change us in a twinkle of an eye, like Paul described in the 15th chapter in 1 Corinthians, man. All right? The mortal is going to put on immortality, the corruptible going to put on incorruption, man. And we're going to get new bodies, man. So the Lord right now is using us spiritually, but like the brother quoted earlier as well, Jeremiah 16:16, he's going to eventually raise up hunters, man. And we're going to hunt these people down, man. But we got to wait for that. The scriptures say, wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey. Basically, we're waiting for the green light of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, man. We're waiting for him to make moves, man. We're not going to do nothing but teach the word now, man. We're just being wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. That's it, man. We're being lambs right now. But the Most High is going to give us the green light, and we're going to turn into lions, man. All right? We're going to turn, like the scriptures say, Judah's going to be as a lion
Crouching lion?
It's in Isaiah, I believe, 13. This shall be as a chase roe. You know, these nations are gonna be as a chase roe, man. A roe is a baby deer. You know, basically they're prey unto the lions, man. All right, and that's how it's gonna be in these last days, man. Most High gonna raise us up to that point, man.
Yep.
All right.
Revelation 12.
Yeah.
It's Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Yeah, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. You people that's listening, all right? You're an inhabitant of the earth, man. All right? So Most High is saying, woe to you. Go ahead.
And of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you.
And that's the so-called self-proclaimed white man, all right? That's Esau Edom, all right? Because he's going to get to a point where he's going to come in with his New World Order, man. And his New World Order consists of murdering a lot of fucking people, man. Read the Georgia Guidestones.
Yep.
He's trying to depopulate the planet Earth, man,
Yep.
to 500 million. And that means
7.5 billion people need to be fucking finito, man.
Exactly, man.
7.5 billion.
And he's already starting now.
Yep.
You mentioned earlier GMOs and shit. You know, cancer is at an all-time high. You know?
LGBT.
Yeah. So he's starting now, but it's going to get to a point where he's going to come down with great wrath, man. Because he knows that he had but a short time. Read it.
Can I get a precept?
Yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah 59, verse 19.
No, read that yet.
Okay.
Read that yet.
Okay.
Read Revelation 12.
All right, 12, back to 12. It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, so this devil, the triumphing of the wicked is short. Because at that point, it's going to be like, the word is going to be just fully out there. The elect is going to be sealed. It's going to be miracles going on. People going, the flood of brothers is going to be out there on the streets like the book of Acts. And it's going to be just obvious that, you know, this word is real, man. And that he's about to go down, man. Israel's on the rise. And they going to be like, fuck, man, we got to do something. You know, fuck it, we just going to ride out, man. We just going to ride out on these people, man. Let's get it popping, man. You know, get these terrorist attacks going, man. You know?
That's when that famine of the word will come.
Yeah, famine of the word. Shut down the internet, man. And let's ride on these damn peons, these useless eaters, man. That's the spirit that this devil's going to be in, man.
And you can already see that shit already happening already, man. You got the lowest attendance rates at these Christian churches and in general organized church, lowest turnout rates. The last 2 elections have been the lowest turnout rates after Obama. Nobody's believing the lies of this devil. His old systems of control are starting to fade away, and that's because the Lord is chipping away little by little at his spiritual stronghold, man.
Right.
You know, and it's not because people are over there shooting up, you know, the parliament or at, you know, politicians, man. It's because the men of the Lord are preaching the truth of the Lord. That's what's causing the spiritual strength that he has to diminish. That's why everybody's starting to see him for the devil that he is, man. That's why his children are being destroyed. His seed is being corrupted, man. You know, his boys are turning into women. His women are turning into fucking butches, men. You know?
Women don't want him.
Yeah, exactly. His women don't want him. You know? Fucking people are starting to stand up against them. What is it? I just seen today somebody said love for the Muslim faith. Screw or fuck white. What is it called? White patriotism or something like that. White supremacy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you see, people are starting to stand up now to this fucking devil, man.
Yeah.
You know.
In contrast to that, that's why you have more white, so-called white extremists, because they realize that their fertility or their population is declining.
Exactly. That was in that guy, the shooter. That was in his manifesto.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So
Donald
they gotta
Trump was
stand
my
up.
inspiration to really come out and just be white again.
Yeah.
Be confident in being white.
Yep.
You know, and basically, you know, he came in the spirit. I gotta lift up guns and I gotta go get rid of these motherfuckers.
Yep.
I gotta kill. You know.
Because really, it was like they had a whole forum. Like they talking to each other. Like another white extremist group. Like what's the word?
Animosity.
Yeah, you know, in Norway or Europe, and they're somehow talk to each other, connecting, and
Exactly, man.
they set up events.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on code like this guy Tariq Nasheed likes to say. They're on code with each other, man. They see it, but niggas don't see it.
Yeah, and all that shit's going on, man. That's why you're seeing all these motherfuckers throwing up the white power signs, which, you know, everybody used to think it's okay, but really it's 666.
Right.
You know, But that's these devils, man, because now they're being revealed, man. What was that? I seen another video, man. This lady was talking shit to these two Hispanics because they were talking Spanish in this market.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, right. And then this other Edomite worker who worked at that supermarket came up to LA and be like, "Hey, you don't talk to these people that way. You don't do that here." And you know what that Edomite lady who was chastening those fucking ladies said? She said, "You're gonna lose your country. You come from a generation that doesn't know," because they know they're losing their power structure, man. And that's like you said, man. And when it gets to the point when these miracles start coming out, when people are like, "Fuck, man, the Bible's true," and they start coming out to come hear the prophets, then Esau's gonna be like, "Fuck, man, you know what? The delusion isn't working anymore. Pull it, right? Just like they said, pull fucking building 7. They're gonna say pull it, and they're and that's it, man.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Exactly. And that point, that's when the Most High gonna close up the breaches of this truth, and he gonna start protecting his elect, man. All right. But this time on a physical level, man. It's gonna be on the physical level because again, we read he gonna come down with great wrath, man. He gonna release his armies out, release his military, man, and start killing indiscriminately.
Hey, that's when the movie's gonna start. You know how like when you go to a movie theater, you see like the commercials like, of all the previews of other movies. Then the lights dim down, and that's when the movie. Jacob's Trouble, when the martial law happens, that's when the movie's really gonna start. You know, right now it's just the previews.
You know what? And I just thought about beautiful scene, man. If you get into this movie Immortals, when Perseus, when he went down into this pit, and he was about to get fucking jumped or killed by the bad guys. All of a sudden, the gods just come down, boom, and just destroy everybody, man, within a second.
That's right. Hey, that's that Daniel's 12:1, man.
Yep.
Michael gonna come down with and defend the children of thy people, man. In a time where there's never been like on the planet Earth ever before, man. You know, it's gonna be bad out here, man. We're so bad that Michael gonna have to come down and defend us, man. You know, weave us through the bullshit that's gonna be going on out here, man.
Beautiful, man.
Come on, so now you can read that Isaiah 59.
Isaiah 59.
Because he's gonna come. This devil's main target is gonna be the men of the Lord, man. It's the prophets, man. Okay. Like it tells you in Revelation 12 that he was drunk off the blood of the saints, man. He will come and try to kill us, man. You know? And he gonna prevail against some of us, man. You know, but really we ain't dying. You know, society, we ain't dying, man. That's just us being martyrs for the Lord, man. Alright? We gonna be resurrected again, man, into a chariot. We gonna be the first ones in the chariots, man. You know? But the point is the devil, he's gonna come and come up against us, man. Alright? Read that, bro.
Isaiah 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood.
And the enemy shall come in like a flood, right? Because these devils is going to kick down their doors like they say they like to do at 4 a.m. They might do it like that, you know? Or you could be out in the streets. We could be out in the streets, or we could be anywhere, man. You know, and they come up on us. They run up on us, man. You know, and try to kidnap us. You know, try to beat us up, throw us in the back of a concentration. I'm not a concentration camp, but like a paddy wagon to take us to a concentration camp to try to torture us. You know, or do whatever they want to us, man. You know, but at that moment, say we're at our house or at our homes, and he come in like a flood, right? Read.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall lift up a standard against him.
Damn, let me get the word standard. The word standard in the Hebrew is nawas. Okay? It says to flee, escape, to flee, escape, take flight. It says depart. It says disappear. Woo! The Most High, the Spirit of the Lord at that point, when this devil comes down on us, he's going to defend us, man. And he's going to do it through a divine, miraculous way, man. He's going to have us disappear, man. Disappear, or it says to fly. It says to fly, man. We're going to be able to fly up out the fucking roof if the Most High wills that for us to happen, man. He's going to lift up that standard. Hold on, let me finish reading. It says to fly. It says fly to the attack. When you fly towards somebody to the attack, man, what is that? That's some Superman shit, man. You know? Most High gonna snap his fingers, and we're gonna get that power, man. As soon as the devil comes against us like a flood, man.
Yep.
All right. It says to attack on horseback. You know, that reminds me of a chariot. A chariot could come and defend you. You know, it says to drive at, to take flight, to put to flight. Ooh, to put to flight, man. The scripture talk about how one shall put to flight 1,000, 10 shall put to flight 10,000. You know, that's the Most High giving us that spiritual power, man. You know, and making motherfuckers flee, man. Making whole armies, whole militias flee, man. All right, it says to put to flight, to drive hastily, to cause to disappear, man. So that's what's about to happen, man. Most High is gonna give us the spirit to be hunters, man. You gonna say something?
No, I did not.
Good.
No, you said it, yeah.
Con. Read that scripture again.
Isaiah 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
So the Spirit of the Lord is going to lift up a standard against him, man. He's going to give us that spiritual power, man. He's going to be defending us physically at that point in time, man. You know, and also giving us the green light, and that'll pretty much be the green light to attack, you know, physically, man. All right? Somebody, or you can get Isaiah 41 as well. You know?
Isaiah 41, verse 4.
4. Start at 4. Actually, start at the top.
Isaiah 41, verse 1. Keep silence before me, O islands, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near, then let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment. Who raised up the righteous man from the east, called him to his foot, gave the nations before him, and made him rule over kings.
Go ahead.
He gave them as the dust to his sword, and as driven stubble to his bow. He pursued them and passed them safely, even by the way that he had not gone with his feet. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning? I, the Lord, the first, and with the last, I am he.
Ooh. All right, keep going on that.
The isles saw it and feared.
So basically, the Lord is our defense in these times, man. He's our defense, man. And he's going to raise us up to be that sharp threshing instrument, all right, to these wicked ass people out here, man, and to Esau's military and all of our enemies, man. Go ahead.
The isles saw it and feared. The ends of the earth were afraid, drew near and came. They helped every one his neighbor, and every one said to his brother, be of good courage. So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he that smoothed with the hammer him that smote the anvil, saying,
Skip to 8.
Verse 8, but thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend.
That's who the Lord is dealing with, man. Israel, Jacob, man. All right? That's what he's going to raise up in the last day. Keep going.
It says, Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away.
Go ahead.
Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to strengthen us, man. All right? Hold on.
Let me finish it. More to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, read that.
It says, Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
And who's the right hand of the Lord's righteousness, man? Basically, his angels, man. You know, Yahushai and the angels,
That's
man.
right, yeah. That's right.
That's the right hand of his righteousness, man.
That's right.
The angels camp round about them that fear him, man. And that's going to be our defense. Most High is going to raise up Michael and all the archangels to defend us, man. Let's go ahead.
Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing.
Verse 13.
Verse 13. For I, the Lord thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee.
We have nothing to fear, man, because the Lord is going to help us, man. He is our help. He is our shield and buckler, man. All right? He's who we have to hold on to and believe in that day, man. Because it's going to be a lot of crazy shit going on, man. You know? But you got to resort and stick with your spirituality and know that the Lord is here to defend us, man. All right, and if it be His will to give us power to go on the offensive, man. All right, go ahead.
Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel.
Yeah, fear not, thou worm Jacob, man. Now the Lord called us worms, man. You know, not to insult us, but to basically give us the understanding that y'all are like unto worms, because worms, they have no defense, man. We just down here squiggling and, you know, and shit like a worm, you know. And worms, ultimately, they have no power, they have no defense, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai is our power, is our defense, man. Okay? And He's telling us not to fear, man. Okay, go ahead.
And ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth.
Yep. I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth, man. The Most High is going to turn us into His weapons, man. All right? To put down the enemy, to put down the wicked, man. All right? To gut people, to rip people apart, man. As judgment, man. As the scourges for amendment, man. As their punishment for some correction, man. Because there's no balance on the earth right now. It's just all wickedness, man. And ain't no judgment, like the scripture says, there's no judgment that's out here in the streets, man. There's no justice. You know? And the only remedy for a lot of this shit going out here is death. Straight up. It's death, man. Go ahead. And
I'll say the Most High going to turn us into superpower killers.
Yep.
It says, thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff.
Yep.
Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shout glory in the Holy One of Israel.
That's right. That was it on that. So basically, we're going to praise Yahweh Shemel Shai when these things go down, man. All right? So somebody grab, I'm trying to use the time. Somebody grab Psalms 18 real quick. Let me see. Psalms 18. Yeah. Actually, no, never mind. We're going to close it out. We're going to end it out. So get Joshua 10. Joshua 10 and 24.
Someone get it?
Yeah.
Joshua 10.
So the Lord is here for us, man. The Lord is here for us to fight against our enemies, man. Not only spiritually, which is first what we're doing now, all right, but to also fight against our enemies later on when He raises us up on carnal tip, man. All right, so that judgment, that judgment of death can go out, man. Let that brother get it.
Joshua 10.
Joshua 10 and 24.
Joshua 10 and 24 reads, and it came to pass when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel.
So this is after all of this is when Joshua went to fight against the 5 kings, man. All right, and they ended up prevailing because why? Because they trusted in the Lord, man. The Lord was with them, man. All right. So basically, in these times when all the dust and shit settles, man, this is the spirit that we're gonna be in, man. All right. When the Most High comes back, or Yahushua comes back and destroys the kings of this world, man. I can tell you, He's gonna take the diadem off of their heads, man. He's when you read Revelations, it tells you that He's coming back to take the crowns off of the heads of the rulers, man. Yep. Rulers of the people, man. All right. So this is basically what's going to happen in the end times as well. All right, go ahead.
And said unto the captains of the men of war, which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings.
Yeah, put your feet upon the necks of these kings, man. You know, showing your defeat, man. I mean, showing their defeat, man. All right, and showing your victory, man. All right. And we were only able to, it's already written that we're going to win. All right. It's already written. So we know we're going to win, man. Okay. So put your feet upon the necks of your enemies, man. Because you trusted and you pursued the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai to the very end. You trusted in Him. You have faith, man. And that's what helped you to overcome this beast, man. To overcome this devil, man. And this society, this Goliath that we're up against, man. You know? Go ahead. Read 24 again from the top.
And it came to pass when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel, and said unto the captains of the men of war, which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings. And they came near and put their feet upon the necks of them.
That's right. Go ahead.
And Joshua said unto them, fear not, nor be dismayed. Be strong and of good courage. For thus shall Yahweh do to all your enemies against whom ye fight.
That's right, man.
Beautiful, man.
So that's what the Lord is going to do. Read that again, my brother Shaw. Read that again, man.
And Joshua said unto them, fear not.
Fear not, man. We didn't have no fear, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Nor be dismayed.
Nor be dismayed. Go ahead.
Be strong and of good courage.
Be strong and of a good courage, man. Starting spiritually, man. Okay, go ahead.
For thus shall Yahweh do to all your enemies against whom ye fight.
That's right, man. You know, so just as Joshua was telling them, look, if you be strong, if you fear not, you trust in the Lord, then this is what's going to happen to all your enemies, man.
That's right.
And that's exactly what's going to happen in these last days. Give one more scripture, Baruch 4.
Oh, real quick before we jump there, if I could just add,
Somebody
the
grab
name Joshua is Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
So when you get into the Hebrew, Moses changed Joshua's name to Hoshea to Yahweh Shai, because he was going to be salvation for his people back then. So that's just a little small foreshadowing to the coming prophecy that Yahweh Shai is going to come and have us put our feet upon the necks of the kings of this world.
That's right.
That's right.
Get 4 and 20. Get 4 and 25.
Got it?
So now we just patiently waiting for the will of the Lord to be fulfilled, man. Okay? We're doing our job that we need to now and fighting against this devil spiritually. And shortly, everything that the Lord said about them going into slavery and all of that, man, and us getting us having the dominion, all right, is going to come to pass, man.
That's right.
Verse 25.
This is Baruch 4 and 25. My children suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh, for thine enemy hath persecuted thee.
That enemy hath persecuted thee. Go ahead.
But shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
But shortly we're going to see his destruction, man. We're going to see this devil go down, man. All right? We're going to see his wicked-ass society be destroyed right before our faces, man. As we're being beamed up into those chariots, 10,000 going to fall on our left and our right side, man. People going to be getting fucking destroyed as we getting beamed up into a chariot, man. All right? People going to be dying all around us, and nuclear missiles is going to be dropping, man. The scriptures say, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, man. It said the angel thrust in the great millstone, man. We're just talking about the missiles, man. All right? Because simultaneously as the missiles is coming down, the elect is going to be getting beamed up, man. And we're going to see his destruction, man. All right? Go ahead.
But shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck.
And shall tread upon his neck, man. And that's going to happen in the kingdom when the Most High give us the spiritual power. All right, we're ruling the world with Yahushua and King David and the 12, man. All right, and we just in our glorified state, spiritual bodies, man. And we got our enemies and all the heathens under our foot, man. All right. Hey, so with that, hey, that's you know that's the lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying, man. All right, keep on doing out there, brothers, man. We almost out this bitch, man. All right, and we're gonna close it out by saying, "Bracket the Yahweh,
Bracket the Yahweh,
bracket the Yahushua,
Bracket the Yahushua,
bracket the Yahweh,
Bracket the Yahweh,
bracket the Yahushua,
Bracket the Yahushua,
bracket the Yahweh,
Bracket the Yahweh,
bracket the Yahushua,
Bracket the Yahushua,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Bracha,
Bracha,
Wadash,
Wadash,
and Shalom.
Shalom.